I can see quite a lot of uses of Gödel which are quite mystic in their kind of the way they're being used, and one is sort of about religion. That's, well, religion is meant to be that transcendent thing that we can't know. But there's something interesting here, because it is about if you're stuck within a system, that there will be a truth which you can't prove is true. So you pull yourselves outside of that system. But we are stuck in our own system, is the universe. And so that's interesting, because maybe it says that there are things that because we're stuck within the system, we can't pull ourselves out and look in. So it's got lots of philosophical resonance to it, which I think people find very intriguing. I suppose that's why I've been on this journey to looking into the unknown, because you know, if there are things that science can't know, then that's kind of interesting on a sort of theological level. I think that there's an interesting guy in Oxford called Herbert McCabe, who was a theologian, Marxist theologian, quite cool, I thought. But he said, you know, the existence of God is the statement that there is an unanswered question about the universe. And if there are questions that will always remain unanswerable, well, of course, that was always the first thought about what God was. It was things which we couldn't understand. I mean, people call it the God of the gaps, which is actually an interesting derogatory term by theologians, saying, well, science was so fierce in its pace of, advancing pace of knowledge, and that they say, well, you know, God isn't the God of the gaps, because that's just getting very, very small. But it's interesting, you know, from a scientific point of view, can you identify? I mean, that's what Gödel has done in a way. You know, it's mathematically identified limits to within a system. That there's a true statement which can't be proved. So can science also articulate its own limits of things which will always transcend the power of science